Diane in Denmark here, and yoo-hoo! We made it to the end of another week. It's been a tough week for us. It's really been back to school and, well, kind of dragging our feet. But anyway, we made it through, and I promised you we'd have a wee bit of fun today. I just want to do something fun. It's Friday. If you're doing the Flylady system, Friday and Flylady Ladyland, I'll put a link up there to the daily focus. But you know, you'll be cleaning out your handbag, filling up the car with petrol. You know, date night, you know, we do nice snacks for the family. Anyway, I'll put the link to the Daily Focus playlist up there if you need that. But it's been pouring with rain here this morning, which has actually been really nice because we have had a long, dry summer. But you know, on times like that, it's really nice because it gives us the chance to turn up the hygge. So I've got the candles going this morning. There we go, lots of hygge going on here. And as I said, I wanted to do something a wee bit different today, so we're going to have a quiz. Now, you know, whenever there's a quiz involved, there are prizes, and yes, there are going to be prizes. Here's what you can win. If you get all the questions right, you get the chance to show off to all your friends and family about how much you know. And if you don't get all the questions right, there's a bonus prize for you because you've learned something new. How about that? Okay, so just grab a paper and a pencil, you know, or write it down on your telephone, whatever you like. It's going to be a fun quiz. Some things you might know and most things you probably won't know, but it's just for fun. Okay, so it's just for fun here. There'll be 5 questions, and let's see how it goes. Now, these are all Danish questions today, all about Denmark or Danes. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, let's see how much you have picked up. So first of all, where should we dive in? Okay, yeah. Here is a Danish bowl that you'd find in most Danish kitchens. This one, I actually never had one of these bowls. I've got one similar, but this is called, I won't tell you the name of it, but Viggo was taking some stuff to the charity shop, you know, the thrift store the other day, and I said, oh, look at that, it's Addressing Your Truth T1 colour. So I've grabbed it, and actually I'm just noticing it goes well with my jacket for today, so there we are, we've got it all going on. Anyway, this bowl was designed in 1954, and it has sold 50 million of these have been sold around the world. Now, what I want to know is, it's got a special name in Danish, and I want to know what it is named after. So just, oh, hold on, somebody at the door. Sorry about that, no, we're good. I'm not required. So is this bowl, is it named after the highest Danish mountain? Is it named after the Danish Queen? Or is it named after the first Prime Minister after the Second World War? Okay, so here's the bowl. Is it named after Denmark's highest mountain? Is it named after the Danish Queen? Or is it named after the first Prime Minister, Danish Prime Minister after the Second World War? Okay, so you've got 3 choices there, 3 chances to get it right. Okay, so that's the first one. Okay, second question. I've got 2 kids. I'm Scottish, but my husband's Danish, and both of my kids were born here at hospitals in Denmark. And in 1999, when I gave birth to my DS16, my dear son, DS18, my dear son 18, what you have to guess here, what was in the fridge in the hospital for new mothers, you know, when we're on the maternity ward, what was in the fridge for us to drink? Okay, and again, you've got 3 choices. Was it organic goat milk? That's the first choice. Was it Christmas beer? That's the second choice. And the third choice is, was it, what do you call it, homebrewed rose hip syrup. Okay, so what were they providing for mothers to drink, you know, along with water and whatever? Was it organic goat milk? This is 1999. Christmas beer or homemade rosehip syrup cordial. Okay, so there's your 3 choices for that. Right, on to the next one. No, this is a photo one, so let me just grab some photos to show you. Okay, I'm going to show you some photos of Danish actors, 3 Danish actors. I'll show you the pictures, they should be known to you. And I want to know which one of the actors I have not seen up close and personal. So 2 of them I have met in and around Copenhagen, one of them I haven't. So here we go. Right, the first one is Viggo Mortensen. You might know Viggo Mortensen. Let me see if I can get another. There we are. He was the actor who's in, you probably know him from Lord of the Rings or Hidalgo. Hold on, I'll just show you. That's him there in character. And that's him as he normally looks. Okay, so Viggo Mortensen, that's the first one. And then the next one is the actor Mads Mikkelsen, you'd probably say with an American accent. You might know him as he was in the TV series Hannibal, and also he was the baddie in one of the Bond movies, Le Chiffre. So that's what he looks like on screen as the Bond baddie. And that's how he looks when he's kind of on the red carpet or doing some kind of promotion. Okay, and the third one is Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, who, if you watch Game of Thrones, you will know who he is. I've never seen Game of Thrones. I've never seen an episode in my life. I must be the only one on the planet. So that's what Nikolaj looks at. I think his screen name is Jaime Lannister. And this is him when he is, on the red carpet. Okay, so which one of those 3 actors have I not seen up close and personal? Okay, and let me see, have we got time? And I'll do one more. I don't want to go on and on with this quiz, but the last questions for today, and we'll do another quiz another time. Last question for today is, in Denmark, I've told you they have some funny names for things. And I mean, you've seen, if you watch me on Instagram, you'll have seen a couple of my posts lately about the word slut, slut in Danish, which actually means the end. So it's not a derogatory thing. Anyway, in Denmark, we have funny names also for food and for different dishes. Now, which is a Danish dish? I'm going to give you 2 names and you have to decide which one you think is real and which one you think is fake. Okay, so do the Danes eat stinkende pølser, which translates as smelly sausages? Okay, that's your first choice. Or do the Danes eat skidende egg, which means dirty eggs? Okay, so what do you think the Danes eat? Do they eat smelly sausages or dirty eggs? Okay, so I'll give you a wee minute to think about that and then I'll give you the answers. I'll tell you what, I'll go for one more because I don't know why, but I need to have like 5 questions. 4 questions doesn't seem right. Okay, we'll take another one. Okay, the last one. You can buy alcohol, beer and wine, basic spirits, from what age in Denmark? And I'm going to give you 3 possibilities. Is it from the age of 16? Is it from the age of 18? Or is it from the age of 21? So beer and wine, what age can you buy that in Denmark? Is it 16, 18 or 21? Okay, so have you got your 5 answers for all the questions? I should have told you to grab a cup of coffee at the beginning of this or a glass of water. Okay, right. So let's go back and now I'm going to give you the answers and you'll see if you are just the brains of the family or if you've learnt a whole load of useful and useless information about Denmark. Okay, I think we started with the bowl and you get top marks if you guessed that is named after the Danish Queen. This bowl was designed, as I said, in 1954 for the firm called Rosti, and it's named after the Danish Queen, Queen Margrethe. So this is called a Margrethe skål, a Margaret bowl. So there you are. So I can point to you if you got that. Very common here in Denmark. Okay, so that was it for the bowl. Okay, yeah, when I gave birth to my son in 1999, in the fridge, was it the organic goat milk? Was it Christmas beer? Or was it homemade rosehip cordial? It was Christmas beer. And I remember seeing, this woman walking along the maternity ward holding a beer. And all beers in Denmark, they come in, at that point, they came in glass bottles. Most of our beers still come in glass bottles. And I remember saying to my husband, God, she must be an alcoholic or something. And then the midwife, she told me, oh, I should really drink one in the evening. And the idea behind it is it's like a dark ale, the Christmas beer. And if you are breastfeeding and you're having problems producing milk, the nisseøl, as it's called here in Denmark, that actually increases your milk production. And of course, it also has the benefit that it kind of relaxes you. So you've been kind of tense and worrying about breastfeeding, not producing milk. The beer helps to relax you, and there's something in it that helps to produce milk. So there you go. And I'm not sure if they still have the nisseøl, the Christmas beer, on the maternity wards these days, but there you go. But if you give blood in Denmark, once you're finished giving blood, in many countries you get a cup of tea and some biscuits. In Denmark you can get a beer. So there you go. Right, on to, which one should we do now? Oh yeah, the actors. Okay, so I told you about the actors. Which one have I not met in Denmark? So there's Viggo Mortensen. Was it him? Was it Mads Mikkelsen, Le Chiffre from James Bond or Hannibal? Or was it Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones? Okay, well, you win the prize, or win the point. I have not, to my knowledge, seen Viggo Mortensen here in Denmark, but Mads Mikkelsen, he actually lives around the corner, and I have seen him several times. Lucky me, I love Mads Mikkelsen. I've seen him out shopping in the morning here, and I've seen him out when my son played football. We were down at the football ground, and his son, I believe, also played football at the same time. And you can, all the mums that were there were like, it's Mads Mikkelsen. And this was years ago. So I've seen Mads several times, lucky me. And the last one, Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones. I have seen him. I actually followed him around in Glyptoteket, which is a museum here in Denmark. Now, I had no idea who he was at the time. We're talking 20 years ago when I first came to Copenhagen. And I went to an art school, and we were and at Glyptoteket, sketching as you do when you're out on site. And the girl that I palled up with at the art school, she loved him from other things that he had done in Denmark, and we were following him around the museum, hiding behind this stuff. So that was like 20 years ago. Anyway, he has gone on to great things. So, but anyway, you get a point if you said Viggo Mortensen. I haven't seen him yet. Right, on to the next one, because we'll make it for the 15 minutes. Okay, Danish food. Do the Danes have a dish called smelly sausages, stinkende pølser, stinky sausages, or do they have a dish called dirty eggs, skidende egg? Well, give yourself a point if you guessed it was dirty eggs. It is a Danish dish. It's hard-boiled eggs in a mustard sauce, and it's something that they eat at Easter. It's a very popular Easter dish. My husband detests it because of the smell of the eggs cooking and the mustard sauce, and it does sound a bit weird, but I'll need to try it sometime. And I think the name comes from, the dirty part comes from, it was just before Easter, and it was big. Women had lots of, like a big washing day just before Easter. Now we have our load of laundry every day. And it was the day that they did the big load of laundry, and it was the dirty day, and then it became dirty eggs. So there you go, live and learn. And the last one, this should be quite an easy one if you've been watching me for a long time. When can you buy alcohol in Denmark? Beer and wine, basic spirits. not spirits, but beer and wine. You can buy that in Denmark from the age of 16. Yeah, I know all the Americans are falling off their chairs. From the age of 16. However, if you want to have a cigar with your glass of wine, you need to wait until you're 18. So it's 16 for beer and wine and 18 for cigarettes. So anyway, I hope that was a fun little quiz for you. I hope you learned something. Let me know if you got 5 out of 5, or if you already knew what a Magletus goal was. And anyway, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Remember, it's Flylady Friday. You know, we're kind of tidying up things. We're looking through our handbags and tidying up things. And especially if you are a stay-at-home mum, are retired, dealing with health issues, if you're not going out to work Monday to Friday, if you're not leaving the house to go to work, please try and treat the weekend as a weekend. Don't have all those projects going on all the time. Remember, again, take a pencil, piece of paper, write down what's on in your head, and say, you know what, I'm going to get to that, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Take the time to relax. Anyway, that's all for me. I hope you enjoyed a wee bit of Danish hygge. And it's time for me to get my raincoat on and get out there. Remember, there's no such thing as bad weather, just the wrong clothing. So, Diane in Denmark saying, live long and prosper. May the Danish should be with you. And I shall see you bright and early on Monday morning. But I'll be on Instagram over the weekend. Okay, bye for now.